Hello, welcome again to the Armwood Opinion channel here on YouTube. It's been a little over a week since I recorded a video, and a lot has been going on. It's just been remarkable, the amount of things, and remarkable not in a good way. We've had Nancy Pelosi's attack on the four congresswomen of color, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar and the other two congressmen. We've had then Trump jump in with his incredibly racist comments, which have been discussed ad nauseum on the media. And at the same time, we have what I really want to focus on today, the crisis at the border, where we have now clear evidence that a large number of officers who are working for ICE have been part of a racist Facebook group that's been mocking the people who have been seeking asylum coming to the border. You know, besides all the documentation that they have had them drinking toilet water, that they have not been feeding them, that they have been kept in cages and not even been able to lay down to sleep, just pure torture, a violation of U.S. law and a violation of international law. We've had Lindsey Graham go down there and say it's okay. We've had Mike Pence, who claims to be a Christian, evangelical, and he thinks it's okay. I hate to say it, but it's not surprising at all, because Trump's biggest supporters were evangelical Christians. I call them Pharisees, the modern day Pharisees myself. But this group of ICE guards was mocking the people at the border. And they've gone public on CNN. There's an article that talks about 70 posts engaged in this mocking, and 62 of the 70 posts were done by people who are presently still working for ICE. These people need to be fired. There needs to be a complete investigation, and not just of them, but management at ICE knew about it and did nothing about it until it went public. And we wonder why these horrendous conditions are going on. These concentration camps that these people have been held in are a result of purposeful activity. This was done on purpose. The Trump administration has supported it. Lindsey Graham in the Senate was down there and was supporting it. These people are not just politicians, these are evil people. They're the American version of what the Nazis were. They haven't engaged in extermination, but this is how it starts. Do you think these people wouldn't do it if they could get away with it? I think they would. We know how racist Trump is. We know how racist Graham is. These are very bad people. 7 children have died in the past year that we know about as a result of conditions in these camps. I wouldn't be surprised if the number is much, much higher because of the cover up of the conditions that's been going on from the White House all the way down and from the bottom all the way up. This is an incredibly horrible situation. We had yesterday supposed raids by ICE on undocumented immigrants. It turned out that these raids were not what the Trump administration had promised. They were more of an intimidation to bring fear to the community than anything that actually happened, which we have to understand is typical of the Trump administration. This was political. This was for his base. He knows that racism stokes his base. His base is white nationalists, racists. That's who he's supported his whole life. That's who he's a part of. He grew up in that kind of environment in Queens, New York. His father, remember, was arrested at a Ku Klux Klan rally in 1927 in Queens, New York. I knew people like him in Brooklyn and Staten Island when I was growing up. So, I mean, the busing issue was recently raised. In the debates on the Democratic side, I went through that in 1961, 10 years before Kamala Harris went through it in California, in Oakland. I went through it in New York. These racists have been out there, and they've always been here. We have to defend these people at the border right now. We cannot lose sight of them. There are lives at stake. The Trump administration is engaged in policies that are costing people's lives. We have no leadership in the Democratic Party. They refuse to impeach Trump, even though the Mueller has given them over 10 counts of obstruction of justice. Nancy Pelosi is more concerned with dollars she can raise, and her donors don't really want impeachment. That's the issue. That's the problem. I've been saying this for months. She actually admitted it a week or so ago in a meeting among her caucus that she was more concerned about the dollars that she raised, the Benjamins. This is what she is about. And there are a lot of Democrats that support that position. Shame on them. They're not good people. This is not just about a disagreement on policy. This is about people's lives. Trump has engaged in impeachable offenses, and he is costing people's lives. But there are a lot of people out there that don't care. They're selfish, they're self-centered, and they don't care. I ask you to call your congressperson. I called mine today, Lucy McBeth, because she made the statement that she supported Nancy Pelosi. And I gave her aide a piece of my mind this morning about that, given what's going on. And if we all must do that, There are a lot of people out of here, irrespective of whether they're Democrats or Republicans. Basically, a lot of people are just the same. This has always been America. Most Americans have not cared about people of color. That's why the horrors have gone on since 1619, where this is the year of return, 400 years since slavery began. It wouldn't have gone on if the majority of Americans cared. And they're not all white that don't care. There are lots of people of color who don't care. I've spoken to, let's make this clear. This is not just a racial issue. This is a human issue. And just people don't care about other people's lives. And those of you who voted for Trump, those of you who support Trump, you're not good people. Those of you who think what Pelosi is doing, ignoring the Constitution, not moving to impeach Trump, given all of the obstruction of justice and what he's doing to the people at the border, you are not good people. You're not. I'm just coming out and say it. You can hate me for it. I don't care. Good people fight for justice. They don't sit on the sidelines and act like it's okay and hide behind, well, this is the best political strategy. I don't care if people die. No, that's unacceptable. So I'm asking you out there to call your representatives, get out into the street. There have been demonstrations around the country. Join the demonstrations. Do whatever you can to stop what is going on. Call your representatives and tell them if they don't support impeachment, you're going to support primary challenges to them. If they want your support, if the Democratic Party wants our support, they have to listen to us. They complain about lots of us not voting in 2016. Well, they have to give us a reason to vote. We're not going to automatically vote for him. They don't own our vote. That's the privilege that they think that they have, because the Republicans are so bad they own our vote. No, we are demanding that they pay for our vote by voting for our agenda. Plain and simple. And we support a progressive agenda that goes from human rights issues to economic inequality. And they're tied together. And I'm going to leave it there because I'm angry tonight. I actually haven't posted a video for the past few days because I've been trying to keep myself from really going off, because I've been really, really angry. And it's not just at Trump. It's at Pelosi. It's about the Democrats. It's about America generally. I'm ashamed of what our country has been doing. I'm ashamed of what Americans have been doing as a whole. And we can do something about it. And remember, resistance is not futile. Please hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. And if you don't like it, hit the like button twice. And I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. And once again, resistance is not futile.